if you're somebody that doesn't want to go on gear, doesn't want to go on SARMs, wants to build muscle naturally, here's some of the best supplements I think you should be taking. Now, I'm not a healthcare professional, but I have worked in a supplement store for about 2 to 3 years now, and I've learned a lot throughout the years, and I've been able to test out a lot of products. So I'm going to share with you guys some of my knowledge and some of the things I've used in my supplement stack to help me build muscle and get as jacked as I can naturally. So let's dive into it. What is up, YouTube? It's Deshaun, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to share with you guys some of what I find to be the most essential supplements I used when I started training to build as much muscle as possible in a very short span of time. I've been training for just over 4 years now, and really lifting weights for probably about 2, I'd say. And I've tried lots of supplements throughout the time I've been training, and I've used stuff that hasn't worked, used stuff that I found has worked. So I'm gonna give you guys a little breakdown on some of the bullshit that you probably don't need to be using, and some of the things I find to be some of the most essential for building muscle quickly. So, number 1, if you work out, everybody I believe needs to be taking creatine. Creatine is one of the most essential things, no matter what type of training you're doing, whether you're trying to build muscle, lose weight, get stronger. It is a fucking game changer. Basically what creatine does is it increases your body's ATP levels, and ATP is gonna be your body's energy source. That what allows you to move your muscles. So if you're in the gym and you have higher ATP levels than usual, you'll be able to press more weight or run harder, train faster, run faster and train harder than you usually would be able to, which means you're gonna make more progress. So creatine is a absolute essential, and I think if there's anything under this list, this would be one of the top ones you should definitely be taking. Number 2 is going to be protein powder. Now, protein powder isn't a need, but it's very, very hard to get the proper amount of protein your body needs every day if you're trying to build muscle in just a regular diet. Like somebody like me, for example, I weigh 210 pounds, which means I need to be eating 210 grams of protein every day. So if I want to do that, I'd be eating a fuckload of beef, a fuckload of chicken, and that shit's gonna get expensive. That's where protein powder comes in. It's a very easy way to get those amino acids that you usually get from meats in a powdered form, a lot cheaper, a lot easier on the bank account, and probably going to taste a little bit better and a lot more accessible. So protein powder is super essential for rebuilding that muscle in your body after you've trained really hard, and allowing you to build muscle instead of living in a catabolic state and losing gains from training super hard. Number 3 is going to be EAAs. So amino acids are going to be really, really good for still building muscle, because what they have in them is those essential amino acids that your body doesn't produce naturally. So these are what you'd usually be getting from those meats. So like protein powder is made up of amino acids, and this is just a super easy way to get those extra amino acids. Personally, I like to use these while I'm training. So I'll do like a scoop or 2 during my workout, and it's just a super, super easy way to get those amino acids in, especially if you haven't eaten a lot during the day. It's just a nice way to get your body already recovering when you're training. My personal favorite brand is going to be Nutribolics here, just because I really, really like this formula. You're going to get 10 grams of EAAs, 8 grams of BCAAs, and also this really cool ingredient which is called Pico 2. Now, what that is this mushroom blend that kind of does what beta-alanine does. You know that ingredient in pre-workout that gives you that tingly feeling? So this is gonna stop that muscle from building up lactic acid when you're training. So you're not gonna get as sore quickly, which is gonna allow you to train a lot harder. And this also has glycerol in it, which is an ingredient that draws water to your muscles and gives you way better pumps. So if you're looking for a solid amino acid product, I definitely recommend Nutribolics Anabolic State Elite. This shit is very, very good. And on the topic of intra-workout and recovery, I think electrolytes are a very, very slept on thing. I feel like lots of people don't get the proper amount of electrolytes and hydration throughout their day, which is obviously essential. Considering your muscles are made up of 70% water, it's very, very important to be hydrated. So I think one of the best things you can do is be taking an electrolyte supplement that's going to help keep you hydrated during your workouts, or at least after your workouts. After you've dumped all that heat and you've sweat out all that shit at the gym, that sweat that's coming off of you, that salty thing, is going to be electrolytes. So replenishing those levels is going to be really, really important for just overall how you feel. It's an easy way to bounce back after your workout. So I personally use Electrolyte XL by ATP Labs. I really like this formula because it's got your regular electrolytes in it, Also, it has coconut water, which is another form of electrolytes that isn't going to be like increasing your sodium intake, and then beetroot powder, which is going to be a fantastic vasodilator. It is one of the best natural ingredients for increasing your nitric oxide production, so it's going to give you that more vascular look while you're working out and give you much better pumps. So I usually like to actually stack these two together during my workouts, and I find the pumps are way better. I'm feeling a lot more recovered after my workouts, not feeling as drained. Definitely a lot more energy when you're training if you're taking these guys together. Next up, now this one's kind of a little bit slept on, I think, and I don't think people know about this as much, but it's going to be digestive enzymes. So essentially what these are going to be is they're going to be these things that you're going to take when you're eating so that the food kind of gets absorbed properly and shuttled into the proper place in your body. So like, let's say you just trained legs, you had a really hard leg day, you go and crush a meal afterwards, right? It's going to shuttle all those nutrients right to the muscle that's needing the amino acids from the food. So it's going to help your muscles grow a lot faster and actually absorb the shit that you're eating, so it's not just being wasted and being stored as fat or something. It shuttles everything to where it needs to be. And it also is really, really good for digestion because you're not going to be as bloated and feeling like shit after you eat, which when you're eating big meals, like let's say if you're bulking, for example, you definitely are going to be feeling exhausted, feeling bloated, feeling like shit after eating. So if you pop a couple of these, man, it's actually a game changer on how you feel. I just recently started using these about 2 months ago, and it feels like everything I eat just goes right to my fucking muscles. It's like I'm not putting on fat, so really, really liking these. They definitely are just a game changer for protein absorption. Last but not least, we got glutamine. I use the SW Labs glutamine. It's going to be a fermented glutamine powder. So glutamine is going to be another one of those amino acids that your body doesn't produce naturally. So you need to get a good dose of it from external sources. And I find powder is the best way to get the proper amount. They say you want about 10 to 20 grams of glutamine if you're wanting to build muscle. That's what the bro science says. You know, if you see lots of the bodybuilders, they always got glutamine in their intro workouts. So I like to use glutamine personally. It's also really going to be good for helping with digestion and helping with your gut health because it kind of just builds that lining in your stomach. So it lets things sit better in there. It helps you digest a lot easier. Glutamine is going to be super, super good product to be taking, and it's also very, very cheap. It's not an expensive product. This, I think, bottle here is about $22, and it's 30 serving. I mean, it's 300 grams. I think this bottle is like $22, and it's about 300 grams, so you could probably get 20 to 30 servings out of this guy, depending on your dosage, and it's going to be another one of those supplements that's going to be great for building muscle. Now, those are the supplements I've personally used. This store is full of shit that you could try out. There's hundreds of different brands, but these are some of my favorites. I find they're some of the most trusted. They've got some of the best research behind them, so they're what I choose. I like to put things in my body that I can trust and things that I believe in, and that's why I choose the brands I do. Some of the brands of choice are SW Labs, here out of Saskatoon, Nutrabolics, which is another Canadian brand. ATP Labs is a very, very trusted brand. It's informed sport, which means every athlete can be taking this. I think no matter what it is, whatever type of training you're doing, whether you're biking, wrestling, lifting, getting electrolytes in is going to be super important, and getting more blood flow is going to help you out and allow you to train harder and be better at whatever you do. So Electrolyte XL is a phenomenal supplement. Once again though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's a lot of information to digest here, so feel free to ask me any questions you have in the comments, and let me know what you guys want to see next. I can give you guys a full breakdown of what I take and when I take it, and I can also do some workout advice about what workouts I do. So if you like this video, subscribe for more, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.